So just get yourselves a Husqvarna and you can't go wrong. No, just a few changes. More or less ride a standard bike, standard engine and stuff. We have different suspension, but in general it's not too different from a stock bike. So the biggest difference are the tyres in the hard enduros. They do softer tyres. A few manufacturers, we run Golden tyres, so they've got two options: a real soft tyre, and then we run mousses as well, soft mousses. You can drill holes in them, or you can just use an older mousse for the gnarly stuff, and then the harder mousse for the fast racing. But that's probably the biggest difference you're ever going to make to the bike for the hard stuff. It just transforms it. I know some of you guys are using the trials tyres, but we're not really allowed to use them in the races. But obviously a trials tyre will grip a lot better. But if you're running tubes, just make sure you're running as low as you can without the risk of puncturing too much, obviously. You can feel it hitting the rim, obviously you're going to puncture. And then the front, it doesn't matter too much, a little bit harder. The Golden tyre do a bigger tyre, which absorbs the rocks a little bit better. So that can probably make the biggest difference. And I just take a little tip, I take the locking nuts out the steering, so I've got a bit more turning through the trees and stuff. It makes quite a big difference. And yeah, that's about it really. With the two strokes you can adjust the power valves quite easily. 3 different springs will wind it in and out. It's easy to test depending on your ability, so just as long as you feel comfortable. And then suspension, just try and find a setup that's comfortable to ride. Because I always say the hard enduros, it's a mix of riding, but we're out for up to 8 or 9 hours, so we just get a bike that's easy to ride, and you're never going to get it set up perfect for every situation. So I tend to run softer suspension, softer springs, but it's not going to be perfect on the real fast stuff. And that's about it really. Handlebar position, I always think line of the forks is somewhere near. You don't want it too extreme, too far back, but just for good stability. And then the levers, you can see, are just below horizontal. So just for when you're in different positions, you need to be able to in a comfortable position. It's all common sense. And that's about it really. If you've got any questions about the setup or anything in general?
Two questions. I noticed that you were running 140s in the rear. Are you typically running 140s, or on the hard enduros, what size tire are you running?
Yeah, 140s.
Pretty much all the time?
Yeah.
And then gearing, what are you on average, or like hard enduro, more technical?
No, I just run standard gearing, but if you're not confident with the clutch, maybe you could lower the gearing a little bit. Depends on the bike as well, what bike you're on.
Stock car?
TPI.
Cone valve?
Yeah, we run the cone valves and track shocks. Not huge difference, but you're trying to win just a little bit to make a difference.
When you're doing the hard enduro stuff, do you like your rebound on like the slower side or the faster side?
Yeah, in general it's going to be softer and bouncier, but yeah, just try and get happy medium in all conditions really. It's what you're comfortable with. It feels good. There's no science behind it. You go out and do the clickers if it feels good. You're happy riding it. Whatever feels good, if it makes you feel good. It's not necessarily whether it performs better. This amount of seconds is much better in a certain place. You can go one place, it'll be quicker. You go another place, it'll be slower. It's just something that's comfortable to ride. So today, I'm going to break the techniques down. We're going to go right back to basics, and probably 3 or 4 real basic techniques, and then the more advanced stuff as we progress is more or less a mix of the basic stuff. So, but the more we can break it down and focus on different techniques, the better it can be. But main thing is you understand the technique. Even if you're not perfecting it today, if you understand what to focus on and remember the key points, anything new, just keep reminding yourself of certain key points, and then hopefully it becomes more natural. And you'll see, by the end of the weekend you'll be ready for it.
You ready, braces?
Yeah, CTIs I use. I've had a few knee injuries, so it's worth the investment in it. You're not used to them, they feel a bit strange at first, but you just soon forget about them. Get one to stick on. Good to go.
Graham, what would you say are like your top three for being so well balanced and also control? I know you're probably
Yeah, that's it.
what you think, how it pertains to each
Well, when you to be in control of the bike, it's all about the first lesson will be just getting the controls: front brake, rear brake, clutch, and throttle. So if you're working all them together and you've got all the controls, which I've done schools before, and it's very rare that people are using all them controls. Even we're going to do it on the flat. Once you've got all them controls, that's what you're going to be using in whatever situation you're in. So, and then it's a case of positioning your body front and rear. So in general rule, it's weights over the back. So I'll probably keep reiterating different key points. And one of them will be leaning over the back of the bike. It's all about traction is about compressing that rear suspension, compressing the tyre. If that's pushing in, you're going to be gripping. That's the way to find grip. And being in rhythm with what the suspension is doing as well. So yeah, so we first lesson we go over onto some flat ground, and we start with the basics, and we go from there.